Hello everyone, welcome to Centurion Pod Talk, the official podcast of Centurion University of Technology and Management. I am your host, Harshit Behra. It gives me immense pleasure to host this special session on commercial tissue culture establishment in Centurion University. I would like to honor Professor Dr. Ganesh Pushpalata ma'am with us today. Dr. Ganesh Pushpalata ma'am is an expert in plant biotechnology and guiding students and researchers since many years. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you, Ashit.
Yes, ma'am. To begin with, let us understand the basics. Ma'am, could you please explain what is plant tissue culture and why is it important in modern agriculture?
Yes, as you know, plant tissue culture is an in vitro technique of micropropagation, and it is completely based on totipotency, which is defined as propagation of the whole plant from a small cell. So, as a student, you know about plant tissue culture, but then my concept here with you to reach the audience where what is the importance of commercial plant tissue culture. So that is plant tissue culture, where we start from a small cell or a small tissue and then get into a whole plant.
Ma'am, could you please give us few examples which plants can be cultivated in tissue culture?
Yes, definitely. Plant tissue culture is a technology which is applicable commercially. Of course, theoretically or academically, we talk many things, but then when it comes to commercial aspects, then we have to select a crop which is very much able to propagate at laboratory condition, that is in vitro. And then we also have to see the marketing demand. What is the demand of this particular crop? And that is completely based on the demand that is there in the market. For first thing that we are doing in Centurion University is Grand 9 banana, which is very much commercial, having commercial importance in and around this district and Vizag district, and towards especially Salur and Escota, these kind of places. So Grand 9 is the one which we are particularly doing at present for about 5 to 10 lakhs capacity in our lab. But then there are many other crops that we can do. Bamboo is one of the commercially important crop, and gerbera is there, where usually this side, Vizag side, there is a need of gerbera kind of a flower where it is used for decoration, and in many of the events, occasions, it can be used. So we have to see the market and then do commercial plant tissue culture for any of the crops.
Ma'am, could you please explain the infrastructure and resources required to establish a plant tissue culture in Centurion University of Technology and Management?
Yes, when we started, of course, we started initially in Orissa campus. Later on, due to COVID, we had to shift to Vijayanagaram campus. And some of the instruments that were already there, like autoclave and then laminar airflow chamber, initially we procured it, and also the racks that are fitted with fluorescent light and then humidity to be maintained. All that we initially procured in a small scale. Once the Vijayanagaram campus, we established plant tissue culture. I planned it from the base and then construction design based on Ministry of Science and Technology. And we also got we scaled up. Based on the scaling up, we also procured and many of the instruments like laminar airflow chamber and racks were in-house made. That means Centurion people only, engineers have made it. ITI students and diploma students have made it, and it is really wonderful. I want if you can show some of the photos of the entire equipments, and then racks which is fitted with the fluorescent light. Everything is made in-house in Centurion. That is another very important thing that people should know, that in-house Centurion is making and manufacturing and using it in-house.
Ma'am, how is Centurion University addressing issues like cost and farmer awareness?
Oh, that's That actually myself with some of the students in the initial stages, we used to go to the farmers and then go to all the colleges nearby. MR College was one of the colleges that we have visited. Many other colleges, Krishna College in Vizag, Forest College. I still remember so many others. I should also thank the then HR Srinivas was there with me to support in interviewing the students and their employment in our plant tissue culture center. And farmers, we have gone to the field level. Once we started selling the plants from our center, we used to go to the farmers. We know about almost about 500 farmers now. Of course, thousands of farmers we know in and around this Vizag and Vijayanagaram district. Every farmer we have reached, approached, and then surveyed their field where our plants were planted and the cultivation they required. Initially, the plant will have a brown spot. People used to think this is a disease or something, but the varietal leaf structure and the color was also only like that. It was not the disease, and our plants are perfectly disease-free plants and high yielding. So the farmers who used it are still coming. It is like 5 years now, 5.5 years running. Farmers still come and then try to, procure from us. And because why they come repeatedly to our center is because of the quality, disease-free plants and also high yielding.
Ma'am, how does commercial tissue culture contribute academic institutions like Centurion University?
That's a very important question that you should know and your classmates and many of the students should know is we do academically in our time of student life. We used to learn only theoretically and then one laminar airflow chamber and do the things. Excise the plant and then keep it in the media. That's all. Remaining commercial aspect or angle of this kind was never there. Of course, it used to be there in industry side, but not academic wise. So this program also I accepted so that the audience or the students who get to know about the Center of Plant Tissue Culture, commercial plant tissue culture, the students should know that this kind of entrepreneurship can also be started by the students. Not only study BSc Agriculture, then MSc Agriculture, then do PhD. That is not only the life. It is also that you complete your BSc, learn the skill, and then do commercial plant tissue culture, which has a lot of importance in the market. Once you start doing it, you can earn crores together. And I want this academics to have a bridge with industry so that the students in college can learn industry level skill and then do their entrepreneurship. They start their own enterprise and then shine in the life.
Ma'am, what is your vision regarding commercial tissue culture in CUTM?
I've been saying the entire story is that only. When we were studying, it was all like only books and then one laminar airflow chamber. When I started this center in 2021, I visited all these colleges. I was also surprised that it is like decades back concept is still followed at present in the present day scenario in most of the government colleges. Of course, in private colleges also, they cannot, make the students learn at commercial level. But then they just teach, okay, the theory is there and what is laminar airflow chamber, what is autoclave, what is pH meter, and then do one of the explant and then keep it in the sterile media and then keep it in the controlled condition and see whether the growth is coming. That is not only... even school students are learning that kind of a technique. So beyond that, for your level, the college level, the university level, it becomes very important that you learn and acquire skills of whatever the course you are studying in. And then whichever you find it interested, you should go in that line. And commercial plant tissue culture is one such skill, and many techniques are there. I cannot reveal such kind of things where we use scientifically, sucrose is one of the carbon source. Academically we use, but we do not know industry level people are using just a local sugar and then use it. And that is, can you imagine, sucrose is one bottle of high media costs more than 30,000, and industry people 1 kg of sugar is 40 rupees. What is the difference and what is the gap? So that is a technique that students should know. And of course, many of the industries keep it secret. I feel academic students should learn that and then use that for their entrepreneurship later.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
This was a great information for our students to abridge academics with industry level. The students can plan entrepreneurship rather than doing job. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, Harshit.
This is your host, Harshit Behra, signing off.